About 600 members are attending the Texas State Historical Association annual meeting going on today at the Omni Hotel. Besides multiple events for members for the next 3 days, a silent auction is being held to raise money for the association. While the annual meeting is held in different cities each year, the Coastal Bend is full of events that help shape the state.
It was also the place from which if you will, the American acquisition of Texas finally took place, because this was the staging ground for the American Army that wound up in northern Mexico under Zachary Taylor. And so there's a rich history from the Mexican War period and the early establishment of Corpus Christi.
De La Teja says the annual meeting is to exchange history among the members as well as learn newly discovered facts about each part of the state. It will wrap up on Saturday afternoon with a toast to Texas independence and a tour of the old Bayview Cemetery.